Hi, this is Bill Scheid from Applied Finance Research and the Systems Lab. And today I have the great honor and pleasure of being here with my trading and investing teacher and mentor, Dr. Ken Long from Tortoise Capital Management. And he's also the founder of the Owl Group. Ken, thank you very much for taking the time to be here today.
My absolute pleasure to be here, Bill.
So today I would like to ask you three questions. So the first question is, what is a trading and investing system? We hear a lot about that in the trading world. And if you could give us a 60-second definition in terms that a general, perhaps new person to trading and investing, something that in common language that someone could understand, what is a trading system? And then tell us a little bit about systems thinking. And then the third question is, how do we apply systems thinking to the idea of a meta system? And that would be, creating a system of systems. So first question, 60 seconds, what is a trading or investing system in simple language?
Sure. Um, have we got our screen shared?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's our contact information. That's the system of getting a hold of us, by the way. And that's the new book that we just published last month. It includes a chapter on systems thinking in general, because I think it's an important foundational cognitive skill for all traders to have. If you want a persistent edge in a dynamic market, you better be a systems thinker. Systems thinking was one of the 10 critical skills needed for the job market for 2025, according to the World Economic Forum. So there's a long-term persistent advantage that you have as a trader if you can think using systems thinking. And one of the things that you think about when you're a systems thinker is trading systems. So with that in mind, uh, the simplest definition, common definition of a system is a group of components organized to seek a goal in an environment. So you've got some pieces and parts that are working together, and they are synchronized in such a way that the whole is greater than the sum of the parts, and that it is purposeful activity. And so a nice way to look at that is this diagram that comes from Thomas Athey's systematic systems thinking, where you simply take a look at your system as an input, process, and output, self-contained, that's an actor inside a larger environment. You can influence the environment, it can influence you, but you can't control it. So there's a certain dynamic quality in there. Well, if I now put a trading lens on, then a trading system is nothing more than something that's going to study that environment and study our own capabilities and design a process that should allow us to take information, process it, analyze it, and then the output takes the form of an actionable trade. And that trade goes out to compete with other trades in an environment, and then we get the results. And then that generates a feedback loop that allows us to assess how good was our process, but really also how good was our input. What do we need to adjust in order to stay well in tune with that environment? So a trading system does exactly that. A good one allows you to use those feedback loops to learn from your activity and improve towards progress as a result of a learning subsystem. So that's what I would say about a trading system. Now, we could get very detailed and spend about 20 hours talking about each and every component of a trading system. When you and I were teaching at the Tharp Institute, we had a 20-hour workshop that went into great detail for what we identified as 10 specific parts of a trading system that goes beyond the scope of this presentation, but it included all of the things that I just sort of mentioned, like what markets am I trading? What is my setup criteria? What are the filters? What is the entry criteria? How do I figure out position size? What time frame should I be operating on? How long should I stay? What kind of an exit strategy do I need to have? What is my re-entry strategy? What is my system for adding positions, for reducing positions? Do I stop and reverse? Does success in one trade give me a new setup? Does a failure in a trade give me a new setup? And then how do I have a system to overall assess all of those features? How do I have a system for the psychological elements of the trader involved in the trade? And then how do I consider the broader market as a system to determine if this trading strategy is appropriate for that kind of a market? So that's about a 20 or 30-hour detailed systems development course. And that is work that should not be shortchanged. But in a nutshell, at the very top level, the 30,000-foot overflight, that's how we can think of this in a useful way. A group of components organized to seek a goal in an environment. And then when you drop that into trading, it's how do I develop a reliable, robust learning system that allows me to find and exploit opportunities in the market.